Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Irfan bin Mahdi. I want to explain about um, two major rubber root disease. Uh, there was a white root disease and red root disease. For the white root disease, it was caused by fungus that named Rigidoporus lignosus. The foliar symptom are initiate subsequently with the destruction of the root system. This disease causes significant mortality to trees irrespective of age or health status, causing economic losses to the latex industry in many countries. And the fungus form many white, somewhat flattened mycelia strand, 1 to 2 millimeter thick, that grow on and adhere strongly to the surface of the root bark. These rhizomorphs grow rapidly and may extend several meters through the soil in the absence of any woody substrate. Healthy rubber trees can be infected by free rhizomorph growing from stumps or infected woody debris buried in the ground, as well as by roots contacting those of a diseased neighboring tree. A controlled and effective method for artificially infecting young hevea plants has been developed by reproducing the condition of soil anoxia in the greenhouse. In contrast with the pale pinkish yellow color of healthy root tissue, freshly colonized wood tissue are brownish red. This coloration fades along a gradient from the progression front of the parasite toward the tissue colonized early, where the wood is particularly friable. This fungus causes a white root of the wood characterized by degradation of lignin in the cell wall. The orange-yellow sporophore form mainly during the rainy season of the base of trees heavily attacked by the fungus. The bracket form is most common, but a racemate form also exists. These sporophores produce a large number of basidiospores even during a dry season, but seem to have a limited role in disseminating the disease. Then, for the red root disease that caused by fungus were named Ganoderma philippi. Host plant of red root disease is Camellia sinensis or tree, and Hevea brasiliensis, that was a rubber. The symptom of red root disease can see at the leaves. The leaf have a abnormal color, yellowish or dead. For the root, fungal growth on surface root of wood, and can see at a soft root of cortex. Then is at the stem, gamosis or resinosis, and internal red necrosis. The symptom red root of rubber, which ultimately can cause death of the tree, has been largely studied with the two other general root pathogen of rubber. That is Phalaenus noxious and Regiporus lignosus. Root attacked by Philippi have a red skin of mycelium to which soil ether. The growing margin of the fungus is usually creamy white, whilst the red color forms some centimeter behind the advancing frond. The inner surface of rhizomorph is typically dirty white. For the early stage, the root uh, cause is pale brown and hard. Later, it is pale buff, wet and spongy or dry, depending on the soil condition. Characteristically, the annular layer of the wood separate easily. The above ground symptoms are not distinctive and are only visible when the disease is in the advanced stage. Only experienced observer can detect root disease by the very early turning of the foliage of one or more part of the tree to a slightly off green hue. The leaf develop a rib appearance in contrast to the deep green of the foliage in the unaffected branch and soon turn yellow. Uh, for the prevention and control of the red root disease is by using uh, cultural control and chemical control. For the cultural control, control measure involve the removal of stump, residues and root from the soil as much as possible after forest sites are cleared for new plantation or for successive plantation on the same site. Currently, there are two main effective methods. The first, mechanical, where all trees or stumps are mechanically uprooted and the land block and rake. And the other, manual, where trees are cut and fell using the handsaw. The planting of leguminous cover crop (LCC) between successive planting has been reported to reduce viable inoculum in the soil. For the cultural control method, due to the variable regulation around registration of pesticide, we are for the moment not including any specific chemical control recommendation. The impact from the red root disease that was by Theoderma philippi, Philippinus noxious and Regiporus lignosus form a group of root pathogens that are particularly destructive to tropical plantation crop, especially rubber. The former occur on many woody and non-woody plants housed in the Southwest Asia through Indonesia to Papua New Guinea and New Caledonia. That's all. Thank you.